Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Funding is provided by a grant from Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who spent a lifetime caring for others. Absolute Care is located at 26 Cass Street in Westfield. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. From the Access Channel 5 television studio in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Senior Report is broadcast live throughout northern Chautauqua County on Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. each week. Call in and share a thought, make a comment, ask a question, or simply wish someone a happy birthday on Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Since 1995, Reed has been bringing viewers hundreds of interesting guests, informing the community on a variety of subjects. Here's the host of the show, Reed Powers.
And hello! Good morning. What a beautiful day it is here in Chautauqua County. The sun is beaming down, the flowers are blooming, birds are chirping, and the world is all right. I'll take the cheaters off for a second here. We have a wonderful show lined up. We're going to have the North Chautauqua Canine Rescue Squad here. And they are over in Gale Street in Westfield, just north of the railroad. And if you want a beautiful doggy who is well trained and properly shot, had his proper shots, and everything is, I believe they're all fixed too, right? Or taken care of, fixed or spayed, right?
Fixed or spayed.
Yeah, and you just have a wonderful pet, a friendly, happy dog, and we've got some of them we're going to introduce here today. But at any rate, stay tuned for a lot of fun. And these guys don't play football. We have another crowd that comes on, a dog trainer over in Brockton. Or Fredonia, and she has dogs that play football. They run up and down chasing the football anyway. Okay, I have the news, television. The national news is scandalous. Gosh, you must start. Have you ever started yelling at the TV? That's what happens to me. We're still in Afghanistan. We should declare the end of a war because we got bin Laden. It's all over. Goodbye. March out. It's kind of like an endless Vietnam. The Middle East wars, they've lasted longer than Vietnam did now. It's becoming worse and worse by the year. More and more kids being harmed, and more and more of our fortune being just blown away. I started to use the P word. Okay, at any rate, that's the news, and the banks are all folding again. It looks like the economy is not doing as well as it's supposed to be doing, although they keep telling us everything's better. And of course, they tell seniors, kind of laughing up their sleeve, there is no inflation, so you don't need a cola. Yeah, that is the super lie of the year by our United States government. We know the Bernanke, who's the head of the architect of our economy, the head of everything, tells us there is no inflation last week. Oh, gosh, help us. Of course, now seniors have lost very considerably, about 60% of their purchasing power in the last 8 years or so. So, and no more colas. They don't have the money. There's no inflation. There's only a 38, let's see, what is it now? It's up to $8 trillion, as a matter of fact, the Social Security Trust Fund, but they don't have the money. Well, they don't, because they pilfered it all, took it all away. Oh, well, there's an IOU there. They said, don't worry, we'll pay it back. Good luck, fellas. Please, enough of that. I'm not going to read any more of the local news. They're telling me, get on with it. We do have some great news. The senior groups around here in Chautauqua County are just fabulous. And I'm going to put the cheaters on here and do a little bit of work. Brockton, Portland senior citizens have a nice crowd. They always meet at the American Legion John Dill Post, 434, on Mondays. And like most senior groups, they have a terrain dinner. You bring your own stuff. Everybody brings something to chip in. And the president over there, if you want to get involved with Brockton, Portland, is Robin Carr. And Vice President Tom DeJoe. Birthdays. Hi, birthdays. We got Faye DeMarco. We've got Julie Schrantz, Carm Johnson, Catherine Albrecht, and well wishers for a happy anniversary. Abrams, Erica Abrams, and Herb and Catherine Albrecht. All right. They have a big legislative breakfast every month or so. Not every month, but every once in a while. The Chautauqua of the Aging, Chautauqua County of the Aging does the job. And I want to thank Marianne over there. Next meeting will be a chicken barbecue on May 23rd, a Monday, of course. Call Rita Stonefoot if you want to have a big deal going. Dunkirk Federated. Let me read a note or two from them. The Dunkirk Federated they have a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful old school that's been converted to a senior center of sorts, and it has the works, cafeteria, hallways. You can go down, you jog all winter long in the hallways because they have a great big jogging strip, really. Coming up, they said, let's remember the soldiers and sailors and the armed forces that are out there fighting right now, and especially, of course, we lost Kevin White in Westfield. What a sadness that was. He sacrificed it all. And let's see, more and more news here. I'm trying to figure out what I should read and what I shouldn't read. There is so much news. Installation and offers dinners over at the Dunkirk Senior Center, May 17th at 5 p.m. May 17th. Gee, that was a while back, wasn't it? Well, thanks for the news. The people who were installed are President Hemmick, Vice President Helen Barone, Secretary Wierzinski, and Treasurer McCoy. Lakeshore Seniors, Fredonia crowd, and they meet at the same place at 4th Street Senior Center, and it's just fabulous, and it's the way they share. That's what's important. I just wanted to say, if you get over there, you'll meet Stella Mikulak, because she's the one who does the coffee and the cakes and so forth. May 18th, you'll have also meet Urbanik and Agnes Werner. Okay, let's see here. Hallmark mentioned a program at the Office of the Aging for coupons for $3 meals. Yeah, if you want to go out and have a nice dinner at a restaurant, the Office of the Aging offers $3 coupons. You pay $3 and that's it. You get a full dinner at any of their assorted restaurants, and they have a whole bunch of restaurants. Speaking of restaurants, I do want to thank the Lakeview, who has given us a fund to help us out a little bit. We appreciate the grant very much. Rick and Dave and Sandy. And don't forget, that place is a fabulous, they have a salad bar over there. You've got coupons for a salad bar that's outrageous. It goes on forever. They have 2 restaurants. You got a choice of the old Lakeview, and you also can have the docks. Speaking of which, we will have on shortly. We got Doc Hamels coming. President over there at the Mayville Senior, where they have a whole bunch of people. They meet over at the VFW down at the foot of the hill in Mayville, and what a nice place they have. Joyce Ayers is the person in charge, and you'll meet Secretary Izetta Eileen and Treasurer Edna Brown. And these people are the ones who run it, and if you want to get involved with Mayville, call them up. Okay. We had, I just want to say happy anniversary to Wayne and Clara Dunbar over there. The co-chairs for the trips, every senior group has wonderful trips. Sandy Anderson and Jean Kelsey tell us that they're going to have a Chautauqua Bill trip coming up. You know, it's that beautiful little paddle wheel down at the foot of the hill in Mayville. And they'll have dinner on it. And the seats are available. They have other couple of trips I'll mention here. Riverside Inn on July 19th. Sprague's Ice Cream Breakfast and World War II Museum on September 20th. Sounds good, huh? 4-day trip to the Finger Lakes. 4 days to the Finger Lakes, October 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Anybody can join these trips, you know. Most of the senior trips usually have room for someone else who's not just necessarily a member there. David Lorette is the music director at CLCS, that big old school, big new school, at the foot of the hill in Mayville. And they're going to have a brass quintet over there. Don't miss that. Coming right up. All right, Mark Hamill, President Tampio, does the job over there. No minutes absence of the secretary, sadly. They're having a Mother's and Father's Day luncheon at the Colony on June 1st at 12:30 p.m. to the Colony. What a place, huh? And Forestville, last but not least, one of the last. Arlene Miller is the president over there. Get involved. They meet with the it's the Pioneers Club, incidentally. They're in Forestville. I want to say happy birthday to Dolores Valvo over there. And the next meeting is June 6th. Big catered dinner. Wow. All righty. Sewer Creek. What a bunch they have. Sewer Creek seniors, they meet Tuesdays regularly, and they have a wonderful club room over there on the corner of 20 and 5. And Ed Newman is the president. If you want to get involved, call him. He'll be happy to work. They're going to fix the leaking shed. St. Clairville, last but not least. Well, not quite last. I guess we do have another one. All right. Anyway, St. Clairville, they have a great bunch over there. And they meet at the fire hall in St. Clairville. Get over and meet them if you want to. Elaine Palmer-Titus is the one in charge. You can check with her if you want to get involved. They have a new coffee pot. Beavertail Catering does the job for the United Seniors, and they usually meet at the Beaver Club. What a nice place they have there, Fredonia. And happy birthday over there to Mamie, Joy, Carm, Lucia, Mary Lou, Sherman, Dave, Dewey. And the next meeting over there will be June 13th. This is a senior group. They meet, and all the major guns in the senior clubs belong to the senior group. All right, I've got some more here, but they're telling me the time is over for the news. That is, it's time for our public service announcement, and then we will have Doc Hamels coming along, who will talk about
a lot of things.
A lot of things. Okay, here you go. This is for you.
Oh, this isn't good. I was a gift from him to her.
Sorry.
I'm going to the animal shelter, which isn't necessarily bad. I just hate the stigma associated with shelter pets. People will think I bite or that I spray everywhere. They're the ones with problems. I'm totally fine. Adopt me, you'll see. I'm going to go pack.
I can't even believe you. And she has a mustache.
Okay, there you go. Pet project. Here he is. This guy shoots from John Hamels, who is the doc. Here you are, Doc.
Good morning, Reed, and good morning to our guests and, well, everybody else. You know, Reed, I'm feeling kind of slighted this morning. I used to be the hairiest guy on the show. Now I've been upstaged here. We're going to have a great show here, folks, this morning. Just a few things that were on my mind this morning. First of all, I want to thank everyone that participated with the Westfield Mayville Rotary Auction. We had a wonderful night last week. We were talking about it here on the show. Raised a lot of money for local opportunities, for kids for scholarships, and we supply a lot of funding for a lot of local projects and initiatives. And then, you know, Reed, I don't know if you knew this, but my buddy Bill and I, we played at the Lakeview Hotel this week. And I know they're one of our sponsors. You mentioned it earlier. And I just want to thank them for having us. And if you haven't had the opportunity to go out there, it's a great time. Good food, good view of the lake, and great service. So the Lakeview Hotel, one of our sponsors. You know, Reed, I didn't think it was going to happen, but today I was reading in the paper that the Queen of England went to Ireland and didn't exactly apologize for 200 years of torture and putting the poor Irish people through what they did. But it was, at least in my mind, an opportunity to see for the first time in many, many, many years that England was trying to make amends for some of the horrific things that they did over there during those years of oppression, and extending the hand of goodwill to say, all right, we need to move on. And the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of the songs that we sing with our group is about the Irish Rebellion and so forth. And so kind of interesting times we live in, where in some places we're going to war, and other places they're trying to make peace. So I guess it's the balancer of life. But today we're going to have some